Good morning. I'm Sanjay Thakur, uh, teaching you the course of strategic management, and in that too, the chapter 2 of external, named as strategic analysis in external environment. So, as we interacted on yesterday as well, and expecting to have live interaction with each other. So today I'm expecting the session to be more live and with feedback and questioning of few people. So as on yesterday till now, what we have done what the strategic analysis is all about and how to frame the strategy in business environment basically that is comprised of internal as well as external environment. So I hope that things are clear to you, uh, Vishakha. So as on yesterday, what we have done, this is the recapitulation of the thing I have done for you people over here. So as a company is comprised of its internal as well as external environment. So company has to take into consideration the external perspective as well as the internal perspective for effectively implementing the strategy to accomplish its goals, vision, and mission whatsoever it is looking for. So there is in the external environment, there are something like opportunities we are having over here, and there are constraints we may have. And in internal environment, we have like organizational resources, capabilities that is giving rise to the strengths and weakness of the company. Okay. And there are some risks as well, whether to go ahead with the decision or to go ahead with the decisions. And we have to manage all these strategic risks with the leadership skills, with the management skills, with the resources available. So this is something being done on yesterday. Okay. So it is the business environment, like that is comprised of micro environment, macro environment, internal environment. So it is basically a summary. It is like any of the organization is as complex as human body is. Okay. Each of the organ as they are functioning differently, efficiently to make our body fits in the same way. The environment around the organization, it is like micro environment, macro environment, it's internal environment, make an organization to function effectively, okay, with synchronization of each other. So it's just like gist of all the things, how companies interacting with the internal as well as the external forces, okay. Then at here we are having something called strategy. This strategy is acting as an interface between highly dynamic external environment. This dynamism is caused by technological advancement, regulatory framework, government, competition, and lot many other factors. Okay. And internal environment of the organization, that is called organizational ability, that is being depicted in the form of the stance of organization. So strategy is basically comes in between that is like synchronizing the things what is happening inside and how the challenges are outside. So we have to take both of them together and to meet the objective of the organization and to go ahead with the time. Okay. So any of the companies, say like whether it is Tata, Infosys, Wipro, they can't simply work on day-to-day basis. They have some vision where the company will move after 10 years, 20 years. Okay. So how they have to go ahead with the desired goal, vision, and mission. So they need to have strategies. Say like in present scenario, global warming is one of the major concern. Okay. So this is something like the regulatory framework that is imposing global warming on the industries. Okay. Like they have to do something to reduce the carbon footprints. So every company, whether they're in IT, they're in telecom or some other, they have to have some strategy. Okay. So global warming comes something in external environment. Fine. And internal environment, like the practices the companies need to implement in order to reduce the global warming. So say like the practices like green marketing, green human resource management. Okay. So these are some of the things like companies are using lesser use of papers, lesser transportation, but what they are doing in all to reduce the carbon footprints. Okay. So that comes a part of strategy. So it is something, an interface between internal and external environment. Okay. So while we are having the strategy, we can effectively tackle the problem, the challenges of external environment and can, mobilize our resources to go ahead in synchronization with the changing requirements. Then at here, as the chapter of like our study is how the strategy is to analyzed in the external environment. So as we discussed on yesterday, this was the theme of all the things. So main objective of environmental analysis is we have to anticipate opportunities and threats, okay, whatsoever are there in the external environment. Then we have to give direction for the growth of company. Like we have to identify the areas of expansion which is coming from like as an opportunity from the external environment. Okay. So how will it happen? Say like direction for growth. Say like in present scenario, we know that electronic vehicle are gaining a momentum. Okay. So this is something like the direction for growth, how companies can go with the manufacture of electronic vehicle. Okay. Then this is continuous learning. Obviously, whenever there are challenges from the external environment, there are opportunities, there are threats. So a manager, whoever are there in the company, they have to, continuously update their knowledge and skills to meet the latest requirement of the external environment. And in the last, there is something called image building. Whatsoever the need of society are there, we are in a position to deliver a product, deliver services as per those needs. Okay. So these are some of the benefits like a company may have with the like environmental analysis. So they go with the momentum, they go in synchronization with all the opportunities and challenges being posed by the external environment to the companies. Okay. So any question from here? Vidya, Vishakha, you please keep on like telling me whether there is any doubt so we can go one by one. Okay, fine. Okay, thank you. Then there is the concept of today's class. Okay, like we are going with the industry analysis and as well as what are the product and services being offered by the companies to its customers. Okay, so first of all we will try to understand like what the product is or service is. So and if as the definition goes, the first thing it is saying that anything offered to customer or service to satisfy their wants or needs is something called a product. Say like the mobile phone we are having with us, the laptop we are having with us. Okay. Say like I'm having a Dell laptop. So it's a product by the Dell company being taken to me. Okay. I'm having a phone of say like Motorola company. So it's again a product. So in my phone, I'm using the services of say like Jio, Airtel or Vodafone Idea. So these are the companies that are giving me the services to have the telecom, internet connection, telephone connection. Okay. So these are the services. So whatsoever I'm getting in the form of a product or service to me is broadly under category of product. So as we are saying in the second line, the product can be tangible as well as intangible. Tangible means like I'm going to market and I'm buying a ball pen for me, I'm buying a notebook for me, I'm buying TV for my home. This is something called is tangible. Okay. And while you purchase a TV for your home, after that, the company representative come to home to mount that TV, to install that TV. So it's a services they are offering to us. Okay. So it's services like we can't touch them. So any of the legal consultancy we may have, any of the insurance, any of the banking service may have. Okay. So these are called services. Fine. So there are some companies which are exclusively into the service sector, and there are some companies which are exclusively into the production sector. Say like if we talk about companies like ITC, Patanjali, Unilever, they're giving us the products. If we talk about the companies like SDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, okay, and any other legal consultancy, they are exclusive to the services. So as we go with the example over here, tangible is something like we can touch, feel, okay, these cars, books, furniture, and electronics, and intangible is banking, telecom, insurance, and consulting. So while we are talking about the product, we have to be concerned about like, is it a product or is it a service? Okay. So any of the company, say like whatsoever is known to us can't exist without the product or service they are offering to us. So it's a foundation for any of the business strategy. Okay. Like how we are going to update our product with the pace of time, how we are going to update our services with the pace of time so that the customers, stay connected and, we can have more of the customers. Say like if we talk about any of the bank nowadays, say like it is ICICI Bank, there is digital banking. Okay. So if I had to open an account with the bank, I can even open the account from my phone by installing the app of that particular bank. So it's just like, service updation the bank is giving to me. So nowadays we see that we don't go to the bank. We do most of the things of the banking from our phone only. So it's like the better services the companies are offering, banks are offering to us with the help of the apps they are going to have. Okay. So any of the business activities, all the time it revolve around our product or our service, which we are offering to the customers. So it's the soul of any of the organization, like how we are going to differentiate ourselves, okay, from our competition. Fine. So it is something like product. Okay. Uh, Visual, is there any question here? Okay, thank you. Then key characteristics of product, as I told you, it is either tangible or intangible. So it's clear, I think. Okay, anything we can touch is tangible, anything we can feel is intangible. Okay. Then any of the product we purchase, it delivers satisfaction to us. Obviously, we are going to market and buying something. So we are buying it out of for the need, out of the want we are having. So while we purchased it, it gives us the satisfaction. Say like I want to update my phone or update my laptop from Windows 10 to Windows 11. So whensoever I'm going to buy a new laptop, it will deliver me the satisfaction. Okay. Then every product we purchase in the market or every service we avail in the market, definitely it has a price. And each of the product and service is central to the business, as all the strategic activities involve or revolve around the product. As we see a few days back in the month of September, okay, months back, sorry, Apple came with a new phone, Android. So this Apple iPhone 17 version. So all the year, the employees of this company, like they are working towards this new version, new model. Okay. So what new features will be there in the phone? So this is something central to the business. So all the activities, all the strategies revolve around this, the product or service. Okay. So that we can have the competitive edge in the market, and we can offer better product or better services to the customers. So these are some of the key characteristics. Okay. Then features. Now there is something here. You are seeing the image over here on the side. Okay. So it is one of the famous toothpaste brand. Each one of us, are using since our childhood. Maybe now the preferences has changed. Okay. But the features basically are, as the features being mentioned over here. First feature, it is any of the product is distinguished in terms of its function, design, quality, and experience. I mean, it's the same company at here, say like, okay, and having different toothpaste brands over here. So each brand, whatever they are having, say like it is Colgate Total, okay, Colgate Sensitive, Colgate Herbal, Colgate Ved Shakti, so Colgate Cavity. So each product is having its different function. Okay, design, obviously you are seeing the different logos over there, and quality and experience is different. So whensoever we are buying different variants of Colgate as per our need, okay, they are delivering the customer satisfaction. Say like I'm facing a problem of my tooth sensitivity. Okay, I will be buying something called Colgate Sensitive. Fine. So any of the product, they are saying the third feature, okay, is essential for the business activities. So how it is essential? Because all the strategies are revolving around the product, its production, its quality, and product has a useful life. Useful life means like each of the product, go through a lifespan from its introduction in the market to its decline in the market. So now the concern over here is that, like, as you are seeing the different brands of Colgate, okay, uh, yes, Visual is having a concern. The book, it's written products pivotal for business. What does this mean? Uh, Pivotal means like every business activities, Visual will revolve around the product. Okay. So any of the companies, say like it is Maruti cars in India. Okay. Maruti Suzuki. So whenever they are, launching a new product, a new model of the car in the market. So they will do a great study, what the customers want, what are their expectations from the company. Okay. So this is pivotal means it is necessary. Okay. Like we have to think and rethink and keep on thinking about the product we are offering to the customers. And then we have to meet their expectations in the form we are giving to customers, like the product we are offering to the customers. Okay. So any of the laptop you purchase, any of the bike you purchase, any of the scooty you purchase, okay, it is a product for company. Fine, Vijay. So my question at here is, say like you are seeing the different brands of Colgate at here. Okay. So at one point of time, say like 20 or 30 years back, the Colgate was having not any brand like this. They were just coming with a simple Colgate. So why do Colgate after 20 or 30 years is coming this many brands? Any idea to you people? Like it's again a strategy. Like with the pace of time, we are on, like launching different brands. Okay, so there are things like Colgate Clean Mint. There are things like Colgate Cavity. There are things like Colgate Max Fresh, Colgate Herbal. So Aman is saying it's about consumer preferences. It's proactive strategy. Visual, how it is proactive strategy to beat competition. So what exactly happened in competition? May I have some idea, Kushi? Like how it went? No, at one point of time, more customer. Yes, there enters more customer toothpaste brands in the market. Okay. So yes, definitely, this Anil, there are different problems and different solutions. So a company cannot simply go with single toothpaste in the market. Okay. So that's how great. Nisha is saying there is demand. So yes, with the pace of time, our expectations have from the company have increased. We can't go simply with a single toothpaste brand and we become specific. Okay, so there may be the people who are more concerned about sensitivity. There may be the people who are concerned about herbal things. There may be the people who are concerned about freshness. Okay, so just to cater the need and demand of every segment of society, they are coming with a different brands, and basically this requirement has been raised to the company from the competition in the market. Say like there comes Patanjali with the things, there come Dabur with the things, there comes Sensodyne in the things. Okay, so they have to have their position in the market. They can't keep on losing their customer. Yes, definitely. Which that's great. Competition is launching the same products. Okay, so they have to be to there in the market, and they don't want to lose their customers. Okay, and the company can't afford to lose its customer. So just to satisfy the customer, as since childhood, it's a brand name for us. So while we are getting all the variants with the same brand, definitely we're not going to some other company. Okay. So it's how the company go. And the important concept over here is something called is a product life cycle. So may I have some idea what this product life cycle is all about? What product life cycle you feel like is does mean? Yes, product life cycle. Have you heard the term? Mm-hmm. Vishaka is saying they have heard the terms. Yes, Minu is saying heard the term. Okay. So the concept goes something like this over here. Okay. Product life cycle. It is basically a S-shaped curve. Okay. And at here, each of the product goes through different phases, say like introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. Okay. And a company should know exactly in which phase its product is lying. That's great, Bindia. It's from introduction of the product to the decline of the product. Okay. So it's a critical tool for every strategist to make informed decisions about marketing. Okay, and say like what new product they have to come with, and how many type of product they have to have in their business. Okay, so any of the customer base, market expansion, new product development, all these things has to be to decided on the basis of product life cycle. Okay, Kushi is saying that the product loses its value after one point. So maybe Kushi, like how do we lose the value after one time? Like why is it like that we are losing value product after one point of time? So like you see every time there is a new variant of phone being launched in the market, it's again the product life cycle. We need to have a new phone. Okay, and nowadays we see everywhere whenever a new car model is launched, it comes with new features. So it is something like we are losing value. Kushi, that's exactly right. It is because of the things like uh, yes, technological expansion. Okay, our trends have changed. Okay, so companies have to think deeply about something called what the life cycle of its product is and how it goes. So if we uh, go deep into the things, okay, we see in the first phase, like a new product is introduced in the market. These are some of the features, okay, like characteristics of different phases of product life cycle. So whenever we go with the first phase of introduction of new product, so there is something called is a slow sales growth. Then the prices are relatively high They're high because the company have to spend a lot of money on something called is research and development. Okay. Then there is limited market awareness. Customers are, not much aware about the product. Okay. Then there is negligible competition since you are with a new product in the market. So every company is not there with the same type of technology. Okay. So let us expose that Toyota is coming with something called hydrogen car in the market. So it is this launching of hydrogen fuel car in the market is something called introduction of a new product. So whensoever people will listen about something called hydrogen fuel car, they will be they will be suspecting like yes, it's innovation. That's why the price is very high. The company have to spend a lot of money in term of R&D. So the customers do not, like they're not very much motivated to buy the new product, new innovation out of a sudden. Okay. So that's why the sale got to be low at here. So there are many things a company introduces in the market from time to time. We'll discuss in next slides. Okay. But the features, the things they face in this introduction phase is something like the lesser sales growth, price is high because of huge investment in research and development. So since it's a new prototype, so there are many failures in between. Okay, and people are less aware, and then competition is not there because any other company is not there with the same technology. Then strategies, heavy promotion, and awareness creation. Then product entered into the growth phase. Growth phase means somehow, somewhere, people feel like, okay, yeah, this was not there with us. Say like quick commerce, we see like nowadays people are into the growth phase. Okay, we love to order things from our home. Yes, the base is created. We know this many of customers are there with us. Okay, this is the market share there with us. So while the product enter into the growth phase, the competition rises. Your competitor comes to know that okay, this is also there. So they also try to get into the things. In the same way in q-commerce, we see there are a lot many companies have started. Okay, and it's prices don't fall drastically, basically, visual at here. But we have to maintain the momentum. So since we are having the expanding customer base, so we have to go as per the expectations. Say like if we talk about quick commerce nowadays, so there's Zepto, Blinkit, okay, this Swiggy, Insta, and Reliance Mart. So these things have to have this competition, rising competition. So main concern at here is like how can I have more and more customers, and how can I create differentiation. Differentiation is like while a customer is using the service of one company, okay, how he will be attracted towards using the service of some another company. Say like earlier I was using Blinkit to have the quick delivery of products to my home. Now Zepto came to the picture. So how will I getting interacted towards Zepto? So that's the main concern of the company or strategy of company, what they are offering to their customers or new customers, so that they get interacted towards, attracted towards my company. Okay. So that's a strategy over here in the growth phase. Fine. Then if we talk about the next phase called maturity, maturity means at here the market is stabilized. Okay. Competition is intensified at here. Intensified means like every company feels like, okay, this is the market, this is a market share. So they feel like they have to here, they are there in the market with their products. Say like if you see the smartphone case, okay, every company, like there are not many companies which are offering just the 5G phones nowadays. Then profit margin reduced. Profit margin means initially while the product was introduced, okay, and the product was in growth phase, the company may have higher profit margin, but at this stage when the market is saturated and everyone is aware of the product, okay, then you can't have much of the profit from the product you are offering in the market. Okay, then this is called saturation. Saturations mean I don't expect market to boom now. Okay, so like it's e-commerce. Okay, if it's retail stores. Okay, so it's market saturation. People know the product, people accept the product, people buy the product even without any advertisement. Okay, so at here the companies have to focus upon something called brand loyalty. So may I have some idea like the companies, their products are maturity phase from you people? Like what do you feel like? How many of the companies are there where the products are maturity phase? They need not much of the marketing, the price, the product is stabilized. You can't make more of the changes over here. Okay. So may I have some products from here? Yes, Bindia. Yes, Ujjwal. Yes, Minu. Anything? Maggie, yes, it's Nestle, the boat, yes, yes. Okay. So the companies are there in basically maturity phase. Okay. People need not to be convinced about using these products. Fine. So then there come the last stage of product life cycle, which is called decline stage. Declines means at here, Amul butter, that's great, Aman. Retrenchment means like my company. This means my company is moving back. Okay, visual. It's just like decline means say like nowadays we are witnessing a great shift in banking practices. Okay, banking practices means like for most of the time we don't go to ATMs to withdraw the money. Agree? So we are having the payment apps like each bank is offering their payment apps separately. Besides, we are having this Phone Pay, Google Pay. Okay, so yes, UPI is there. So what is happening? The banks are feeling that installing ATMs and running ATM is like is of no use. So they are retrenching in a way by shutting down their ATMs. Okay. So they feel like it's old technology. We have to do something new instead of ATMs. So concern of Minu is saying that Apple is in maturity phase, isn't it? See, like Minu, the products of Apple are known to everybody. It's exactly right. But as a company, definitely the company is in maturity phase. But if we talk about the products of Apple company, okay, whensoever they launch a new product, say like in year 2025 September, okay, they came with Apple iPhone 17. So this was in introduction phase, new phone, okay, and older phone will have to be in the maturity phase, okay, where everybody know about the phone, say like 16 version or say like MacBook older version, okay. Fine. So this is here a company have to be too aware of all the stages of its product life cycle. Okay. Uh, it is basically the decline stage goal, Anil. You are exclusively right. Okay. Uh, you're saying the retrenchment is nothing but gearing to the old model. Okay. Retrenchment is basically concerned about like I'm withdrawing this wing of my business. Okay. So like there is something called, you would have heard about disinvestment and divestment. So this is something like, the government, while they're sharing selling their some share of their companies like NTPC, NHPC, they are doing retrenchment. They're feeling like, okay, this can be better handled by some other company. Okay. Yeah, definitely the notes will be available to you. I will upload them in the portal. Okay. So you can have the notes, no issue. So shall we move to the next slide? So it is something like, I'm having for you, like what are strategy issues are there. It's a graphical presentation of the product life cycle basically we are having. Okay. So if we see here, we are talking about artificial intelligence in the introduction phase. Okay. So it's something like, getting introduced in the market. People have to be too aware of this concept that what artificial intelligence is all about, how it is to be used, what are the, actual text you have to type in the command to have the best results. So uh, 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 Krishna, I'll tell you about how to join the WhatsApp group. This need to be too clear. Okay, I'll get it clear and will let you, Krishna. Okay. In introduction phase, company the best thing for the company is to increase their market share. So we know that this Anthropic by Claude, you are doing something great. Okay, which no other AI was able to do. So it's the best time to increase your acceptability in the market. Okay, and then you are coming with something new. So in introduction phase, the strategies is basically about, to do research and development, okay, and then launch the product with new feature, unique feature in the market, okay, and then create a niche for you, basically. This is niche here. Niche means you're offering something in the market which your competition was not able to offer earlier, okay. So the one of the best example of niche is here, like what we see, like for washing our clothes or laundry products, we have something, all the products in the form of detergents, Surf Excel, Tide, Wheel, whatsoever. But then, then Godrej come with something called Easy. So this Easy was something called only meant for washing the woolen clothes. So while you're coming with a product like this in the market, okay, so this is called niche. Okay, fine. So this in the growth phase, the company is having more concern about who are my customers, how can I increase my customer base? Okay, so they are increasing with increased customer base, the product life cycle, like your demand in the market, your revenue, your sale is getting gaining momentum, and you're getting more of the revenue here. Then in the product life cycle at here, in the maturity phase, okay, maturity phase, the market is saturated. Each one of the customer is aware of the product. Okay. So you can't change basically the image, the quality of product, because we are habitual of that sort of, we have some expectations from the product. Okay. And if the product is coming with a new features which we are not expecting from the product, so it's a poor time for the company to change its image, price or quality. Okay. And the competition cost become critical, because at here there are a lot many players in the market. So we can't, say like in telecom, we are talking about Airtel, Jio, Vodafone Idea, and BSNL. Okay, so they can't sharply, change their prices, because they're in maturity phase. Everyone know the products. Okay, so it's not that much easy for us to change the prices, image, or quality of the product. Fine. And then in decline phase, there is something called product demand has been, reduced. Okay, so as I put down the name of TV and PCs over here. Okay, so nowadays, if we are observe the trend, people are less of buying the televisions. Okay, we rather buy to have the laptop, or say like some other product, despite of personal computers. So the company had to identify that my product has entered into the decline phase. So any idea if people are having, like, while with the product enter into the decline phase, say like if it is personal computers, okay, so like HP and Dell are the major companies which are producing the personal computers. So while they know that my product is entering into the decline phase, so what do they do with the machinery they're having, set up and factories for making the PCs? So say, should they close it out, or should they do something else to sell their PCs? Any idea? Yes, CDs are definitely in decline phase. My question is, say like I'm general manager of the Dell company. Okay, I'm having a huge factory setup of producing personal computers. Okay, but Aman, you're saying now the market trend has changed. People are buying more of the laptops than buying personal computers. Agree? So what should I do with my machinery, with my setup, which is producing the personal computer? Uh, my machinery was meant to produce, yeah, definitely laptop we are producing, Isha. But my concern is, like, while I'm having a factory which is exclusively producing personal computers, the machinery setup is for the personal computer production. So should I stop it out, or yes, innovate? Uh, uh-huh. Yes, Vishaka is saying. Yes, R&D. Yes, you know what we do at here. If you are in a Dell company and then you see the personal computer demand is declining, so you will find a new country called third world country where the demand of personal computer is still there. Okay, say like you happen to move to Africa. Okay, you happen to move to Asian countries. Okay, so you will find any of the schools, any of the college, or any of the institution, wherever the lab is there, they rather prefer to have the personal computers rather than the laptops. Okay, so I will more of enter into, yes, definitely visual. So I will enter into the B2B mode now. B2B means business to business. I'll be having the clientage in the schools, in the colleges, in the universities, wherever the lab is there. So this is how you change your strategy. Okay, since I can't change my machinery out of a sudden, I can't shift from PC to laptop productions. Okay, so this is somehow somewhere the strategies came into picture, and they have to think, decide what to do next. Okay, so that's exactly the role of the strategy at here, that you are moving from B2C to B2B. That's great visual. So that's how things happen. So I hope I have made things clear over here. Okay, thank you. So next we are discussing about basically in depth about what strategies the companies adopt basically in these phases of life cycle. Thank you, Kashish. So if we are into the introduction phase of a product, we are more of concerned about the design and development of the product. Okay, we can frequently change the process, the design. Okay, there is something called short production run. Short production runs means I'm producing goods. I'm not standardizing it till now. Okay, so I may change the features, I may change the design after some time, and production cost is very high. And I'll not produce in bulk basically initially. I'll producing some limited models, and my major concern will be for quality. So in the recent time, if you see like any of the company which is coming with a new bike model, new car model, okay, new phone model, they are launching a new product with same design. Okay, but like design and development is critical, R&D is critical, just to meet the customer's expectations. Then, while we enter into the growth phase, the most important concern for the company is the forecasting at here. Forecasting means like I should be actually in a position to anticipate the demand in the market. Okay, I can't go with extra production. I can't go with less production. So both the situations are harmful for a company. So in case the demand is being not forecasted exactly. Okay. Then second is reliability of product and process. So at here we move somewhat towards standardization. Okay, this is a function. This is how it function. So this is the reliability of product and process. Then we have to have improvement with the product, with the process. Okay, since the competition start getting established. Okay, capacity has to be increased because the demand is getting increased, and we focus towards product. Product means the features inside the product. Like say, I'm coming with a new bike in the market. Okay. Forecasting visual here means like to anticipate the demand in the market. Okay. So like my company came with a new phone in the market. Okay. So initially the new phone, the time it was launched, say like Apple launched iPhone 17. So this was introduction phase. We came with huge, marketing, huge advertisement that we are telling that we are getting launched on September 5. Okay, like this. Okay. Then after the product is launched, okay, people start purchasing it. So we see the response of the market. Okay. So like there may be some shortcomings with the product. There may be some good features with the product. So we try to, resolve these issues. And then somehow after 3, 4 months, the product enter into the growth phase. Growth phase means like people have started accepting my product, purchasing it more than the initial 3, 4 months. Okay. So at here, it is must for me to know that what exactly the demand in market will be. I can't produce something overnight. So I have to forecast before a month or before a quarter that after 3 months or after 6 months, this the demand will be, and my production should happen something in advance. Okay. For which we need forecasting. Fine visual? Yes, that's why it is critical. Okay, fine. Then in maturity phase, as we discussed, that this is somewhere the market is, established. So Minu is saying that in growth phase, product focus means objective. Yes, product focus means at here, Minu, we can't, we have to standardize it now. Standardized mean the features of product, the functioning of product has to happen as per the expectations of customers now. Okay, so it is now standardized in a way that its functions, its features are constant now. They're not changing as they were changing in the introductory phase. Okay, so it's just focus on that way. Fine. So as we share in the maturity stage, obviously there is something called standardization. Standardization is a like term basically which is used to with something called the procedure, the process which is fixed for the company. Okay, so like if you go with the cold drink bottles, you will see the cap of any of the cold drink bottle get fixed with the bottle of 200 ml, 500 ml, 1 liter, 2 liter bottle. Okay, so this cap is something, the size of neck by the company is something standardized, that the diameter of this neck has to be this much, so that any of the cap can be fitted into any of the bottle. Okay, so this is standardization the company says. Okay, then in maturity phase we can't change the product frequently. Okay, minor changes can be there, but major changes have not to be there. Okay, then optimum capacity means with my all the available resources in term of manpower, in term of technology, in term of raw material, I am giving the best production. Okay, the number of units produced by my company is utilizing its resources to the maximum. Okay, then there is stability of the process, mean to say how things are getting produced, it has to be to stabilized. Okay, then long production runs at here, obviously the forecasting is coming into picture. Okay, say like after 6 months what the demand will be, after 3 months what the demand will be, so I'm producing as per the demand in the present scenario. Okay, so at here the major concern for the company is cost cutting. Okay, and how to improve the product. Then in decline phase, there is little product differentiation. Obviously, but product is not more in the demand in the market, so I will not be, investing much in research and development. I'm concerned about cost minimization. Cost minimization happen by, like reducing the output or something like that. Then overcapacity in the industry, it is something like I was knowing that I was producing more and the demand is less, so I will try to, balance that thing, and I will prune the lines to eliminate the items not returning a good margin. Okay, so definitely my assembly line, yourself, it will be producing a particular product not in the market demand. Okay, I'll stop the production of that product slowly and gradually. Okay, so the capacity will be reduced here. So I hope this is clear. Like this is basically the strategic the issues that company used to have when they see that their product has entered into this phase of product life cycle. I'll definitely appreciate if there is any question from your side, because in next slide, I'm going to ask questions from you people. So anybody having any questions? Decline, last second point, Menu is saying, this is prune line to eliminate items not returning good margin. I mean, in my company, say like this is a shallow company, okay, Menu? Shallow is having lot many pens they are producing, okay? So they will see a particular model, a particular pen is not in much demand. So I will, eliminate the production of that particular pen or line. Okay. In the same way, Colgate, you see that the Colgate is coming with a new brands over here. Okay. This was a slide here. So simple, you are seeing every brand is having some, punchline being mentioned in the last. Okay. Colgate Total, Colgate Triple Action, Colgate Tartar Protection. So there is none of the brand with the simple name, something called is Colgate over here. Okay. So what you see that I'm producing my products with the different taglines. Okay, this is sensitivity for this thing, max fresh for this thing. Okay, total for this thing. So simply producing Colgate. Okay, is something harmful for the company. Okay, so this is how it happened. Fine. So shall I move next with the questions? I hope you are ready. Okay, fine. So we are having question over here. So first question says that there is a company called SmartView, okay, that manufactures LED television. Fine. Then the company is experiencing stable sale volume. Okay. Uh, I mean, the sale is fixed. You don't have any problem with the forecasting. Competition is intense. Profit margin is less. And sometimes you offer some frequent discount to the competitors. Okay. And Smart View is focusing on operational efficiency and customer retention programs. Mean to say the company don't want its customer to move to some other company products. Okay. So may I know in the first question, if we talk about this company, this product LED television, okay, it is in which stage of product life cycle? Out of 4 stages we discussed, that's great visual. It's in maturity. That's great. Khushi, maturity. That's so nice of you. Gayatri saying maturity. So that was simple question, I feel like. Okay, fine. So the next thing says that what strategies is most suitable for smart view electronics. So as we know that the product is in maturity phase now. Okay. So what company need to do now? They have to do heavy research and development investment. They have to focus on efficiency and brand loyalty. Okay, they have to enter into the unrelated business. They have to do rapid increase in prices. So that's great. Each one of you is, knowing it very well, they have to focus on efficiency and brand loyalty. Efficiency means optimum utilization of resources, and they have to retain the customers. That's great, Menu. Okay, that's great, Ankita. That's great. So I'm having this notion that you people are getting the concept clear. Then third question says in the same line that attempting a major change in the product image or price at this stage would be. Yes, what you will like you're thinking what will happen here? Highly beneficial, practically impossible, mandatory for survival, and risky and generally impractical. So you are basically into the maturity phase of product life cycle. Okay. So at here you can't do something, to change the product image, to change the price because the competition is established. Okay. So that's great, Khushi. That's great, Vishaka. Aman, you are responding well. Thank you very much. Then in the second question, we says that in the context of product life cycle, okay, which stage is considered as most practical to change the price or quality image of a product? So, despite of options, I would like to have know about we have four stages: introduction, maturity, growth, and decline. Sorry, introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. So at here I'm concerned about, to change the price or quality image of the product. Yes, definitely. It is the growth stage. That's great. Okay. Visual in introduction, we are still like introducing the product. Okay. So this price and quality is still to be ascertained. So I'm like going with the things. But while I know that somewhere the market is getting established, so I can to somehow fluctuate my prices. Okay. Uh, Fine. As we have mentioned this thing over here, if you can see practical to change the price and quality image. Okay, visual. Fine. So I hope it is clear now. It is growth phase. Then in the last question, what we are saying is in the context of product life cycle, dash stage is considered most practical to introduce a new product in the market. Yeah, it's bit technical question now here. Okay. And I'm seeing that Aman is answering, Ankita is answering decline, Vidya is answering introduction. Please understand this question at here. Yes, yes. Anil is exactly right at here. Gayatri is right. So the question is saying that that stage is considered most practical to introduce new product in the market. While yes, Gayatri, that's great. So while my product is now Khushi, we can't do the same thing in the introductory phase. Okay, introduction means I'm launching a new product in the market. Parallelly, I can't launch the second product in the line. Okay, so decline is too late, Kashish, basically. Okay. So the best phase for a company to decide when to introduce a new product in the market is basically your maturity phase. That's great visual. Uh, So I hope you are enjoying the questions. Okay. Uh, And the concept is clear to us. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So next, uh, thank you, visual. Thank you. So next, we will move with something called a new concept in this scenario is something called a value chain analysis. Okay. Value chain analysis is something like, any of a company is engaged in lot many activities to offer its product in the last to us. Okay. So like this is, have you heard the name DOMS, DOMS nowadays? It's yes, yes, yes. May I know what DOMS is doing, like what they are doing, what they are offering to us in the market? Yes, definitely stationery. Stationery is there. So if you have observed that in last 2, 3 years, this company is coming with, if we have kids at home, so every product offered by the company, like whether it is sketch, whether it is colors, whether it is pencil, eraser. So it is like with good designs, interactive designs, and then the company is there, in the market. Okay, with a great distribution system, the product is available in every stationery shop. Okay, and it's with a good designs. It has become the choices of students. Okay, and kids to buy these products. So knowingly, unknowingly, we are buying the products of DOMS. Fine. So the company, what they're doing, okay, yes, they are quite innovative, fine. They're disrupting the stationery industry. So before DOMS, may I know the players, which were the key players in the stationery market before DOMS, for buying all these pencils? This Natraj was there, this classmate was there, yes, Apsara was there. That's great, that's great, that's great. You're causing disruptions basically, fine. So it's with the innovation you do, it's with the new things you do. So this value chain is, a summary of all the things a company do towards making its product available in the market, okay, towards producing it and towards having a competitive advantage. Fine. So Michael Porter is a big name in strategic management, okay, and what he told that this value chain was basically meant towards creating a product or service, meant to say how my product is getting created, okay, then what are the areas of improvement I can have? How can I reduce the cost? How can I add values to my product so that everyone buy my product? Okay. This visual is having a question between value chain and supply chain. Uh, yes, visual value chain is basically the larger version of supply chain. Okay. Supply chain is just concerned about, like from my factory, the product is getting delivered to the ultimate customers through wholesaler and retailers. Okay. And value chain is, the like superset of this supply chain. At here, I'm more concerned from production, procurement of goods. Okay. So I'm just going to discuss these things. And I hope the things will be clear by the completion of this particular topic. Okay. So if we talk about what exactly the value chain is all about, it identify the areas of improvement in terms of cost reduction, value creation. Value creation is how I'm gonna to be favorite for my customers as we talk about DOMs. Okay, we see it everywhere nowadays. Then what the strategies has to be there, okay, and what the activities has to be there that value most, okay, and wherever the inefficiencies exist that need to be overcome and I had to deliver the values. Okay. So if we talk about the components of this value chain, there are two type of components. One is primary activity and one is secondary activities. Okay. So primary activity is basically the creation of product and services. Okay. And secondary activities are those activities which are helping these products to be produced. Fine. So how it is happening here? If we see, this is a flow chart of something called value chain framework. Okay. So if we talk about the primary activities mean, say, like my company is Dom's company. I'm offering stationery to the students. I'm offering colors to them. I'm offering markers to them. What's the product I'm offering to them? Okay. They have to be made available through a certain process, starting from here called inbound logistic to after sale services. Okay. So how it goes here? If we talk one-to-one, inbound logistics means basically the raw material required to produce the products. Okay. So this has to be to here in terms of real-time inbound inventory data. I mean to say how much of raw material I need to produce, the type of pencils, the type of colors, markers, or type of notebooks can say. Okay. Then location of distribution facilities, where from I can have this raw material from suppliers. Basically, it is all about. Then I need to have transportation with me, and this material handling mean how much of like raw material I'm procuring at one point of time, and there has to be something called warehouse to store this inventory which is required. Okay. Then operations mean conversion of input into output. So I'm making notebooks, I'm making pencils, I'm making sharpeners, I'm making whatever I'm making. There has to be a standardized process, okay, through which the product has to be transformed from input to input. Okay, that's how the product of DOMs are uniform throughout the country. Okay, they will not change with the location. So like in Srinagar, you happen to have different type of eraser, and Kerala different type of eraser. This will not happen. Okay. Yes, definitely. Isha is saying that I'm using the pen of Toms and the designer great. This is here the company's innovation came into picture, Isha. Okay. So this is basically the standardization. This is after a lot of research and development the company reached at here. Then you have to access the real-time sales and inventory system. At here, this again, the forecasting, as I told you earlier, Okay, like determining in advance that what the demand will be in upcoming 2-3 months. Okay, so in operations we have to decide all those things. Okay, it is basically about production in a factory. Then outbound logistic, this is production has happened now, and the product has come outside the factory for the delivery in trucks. Okay, so in case you happen to visit any of the plant of a company, say like this is Nestle company, which is Maggie, producing Maggie. Okay, so in a big plant of Nestle, okay, so like there is a plant in Himachal Pradesh, okay, so it is producing 4.5 lakh Maggies a day. So while they're being produced, by the end of the day, there are trucks standing outside the factory. Okay, they are there to ship those products to the super stockist of the company. Okay, so this is delivery. Outbound logistic means my product is produced, it has been packed in boxes. Now boxes being loaded. Okay, and this to be to ultimately delivered to the wholesalers or to super stockist. Then there comes marketing and sales. Obviously, what the price has to be to there, how customer will know about the new product, what the promotion will, how it will be done. Okay, what is the product base market, potential customer, and how my product will be getting sold in the market. This is something to be done after it has been produced in the factory. Okay, and there is something called after sales services. After sales services means a company has to focus upon the things like how customer is feeling about the product. Although in case of DOMS and say like ITC notebook, it's a smaller product. We are most of the time satisfied with the things but we purchase. But say like if you're buying, we do two type of purchase basically. One is routine purchase and one is non-routine purchase. Routine is going to market, buying a pen for you, buying a notebook for you. Not a, we don't need to think much about it. And non-routine purchase is something like we are buying a laptop for us, we are buying a smartwatch for us, we are buying a cycle for us, we are buying a car for us. So for having those non-routine purchase, we do a lot of research before that, isn't it? So any of the companies which are offering these type of products, non-routine products, okay, which we buy frequently, not buy frequently, after 2-3 years or once in life, say like I'm buying a car, okay. So this need like after sales services to be delivered by the companies, okay. After delivery of product, they have to phones, fans, yes, definitely visual. Yeah, like in case of TV, people come to our home to install the TV, washing machine is happening same. Okay, so reviews are there. So the companies have to have these after sales services as well. Reviews are there for just to have the feedback. It's just not exactly the after sales service visual. Okay, after sales service like what I'm offering to my customers after sale. Okay, so like a car company says first three services will be free of cost. Okay, so that's something called after sale services. Okay, fine, Minu. Okay, thank you. So it's basically, as I told, the product or service is pivotal to the organization in the beginning. Okay, so all these activities, all these 5 activities are, revolving around those product and services being offered by the companies. Okay, so that's why we call it the primary activities. Fine. Yes, visual. This is after sales services, installation, servicing, insurance. Fine. So what are the support activities now here? Support activities are like what the firm is all about, like how the company looks like. Okay, so what the management is, what the finance system is, what the legal system is, how planning is happening. It's something coming in firm. Okay, then human resource management. Obviously, the type of product I'm producing, the type of advertisement, say like DOMS, we know that is penetrating in the market now. It's disrupting the market. That's this stationary market. Okay, we love to have these DOMS products. So we need to have professionals over here who are producing products like this, who are marketing products like this. Okay, so what type of relations we are maintaining? By people will work out of hours for a company, so it depends upon the leadership management. Okay, then from time to time the appraisals are happening, recruitment. Okay, the wages I'm paying, the training programs is happening. So to have this competitive edge, a company have to have all these practices which are there in human resource management. I hope I'm able to make it clear to you. Then there is technology development. So how and what am I doing to get my product being delivered to each and every stationery shop? That is something is supply chain system. Okay. So who are my wholesalers? Who are my retailers? Who are my super stockists? So they need to be developed by the companies. Okay. You might should would have gone through newspaper column sometimes that this company is looking for super stockists. This company is looking for wholesalers. So they develop it. Okay. Just to have their better supply chain management. Okay. And then last procurement here. Procurement is all about how the inventory raw material which is required to produce my product is to be procured by me. Okay. And what are my negotiation, communication with the suppliers, and how we go ahead with the things. Okay, fine. So this is some of the gist like at here, the activities we are performing in value chain system in two categories, primary activity and support activities. Primary activities are just concerned about converting my input to output and delivering it to the ultimate customers with the after sale services to them. Okay. And secondary activities are or support activities are, but activities support my primary activities. Okay. Fine. So shall I go to the next slide now? Is it clear? Or is there any question from here? Please. Okay. Visual menu saying yes. Fine. So it was important slide here. Okay. Then we have something called key insight of value chain analysis. Okay. So this here comes the strategic advantage or competitive advantage how we can have. Okay. So competitive advantage is something like a company is gaining an edge over its rival. Okay. So as we discussed that Domes is gaining an edge over its rival. Say like there were like players like Natraj, Apsara existing in the market from lot many past years. Okay. So like they're beating them. Okay. They are creating a value for customers. Okay. So what they are doing exactly. Okay. So they are doing better after sales services. This is for like if we talk about DOMs, this can happen with the stationery booksellers, like whoever the retailers are there, it can happen for them. Okay. And lower cost of production and differentiation. I mean, you are able to produce the better quality products. Okay. With the lower cost. Then implications, this value chain analysis help organization to find out the activities that add the most values. Okay. And where the inefficiencies exist. Okay. So wherever where some value is coming, say like it is from HR activities, I'm gaining my values. Okay. But somewhere somehow my supply chain is not doing good. So this is you have to find it out with value chain analysis. Okay. So I focus on each and every activity I'm performing in value chain analysis. Okay. And then I try to reduce the inefficiencies and focus more upon the stance I'm going to have. Okay. To have the competitive edge in the market. So is it clear? So there is a company at here. We have heard the names, all these names. Whenever we think about adhesive, the first name that come in our mind is all the time is Favicol, isn't it? Uh, Fixit, Faviquick, Amsil. Yes, these are quite common names to us. May I know the name of company which is producing? Yes, Pidilite. That's great. Uh, that's great. So Pidilite is the papa. Okay. So see, like this is the strategic advantage a company is having. Okay. So how Pidilite is able to have this advantage? They are focusing more upon their value chain analysis. Okay. They have great activities in terms of primary activities. They are great things in terms of their support activities, great human resource, great supply chain management, great farm infrastructure. Okay, raw material is best. So you have made an impression to the customers that whenever we think of an adhesive, the first name that came in our mind is all the time is Favicol, Faviquick, okay, Favistick, okay. So see, like this is something like a company is having an edge over its rivals because you are the first impression in their mind. Fine, got it. So this thing become possible while you analyze your value chain deeply, seriously, and then create an edge like this. Okay, fine. So any question from here till now? So if we move to the, thank you, Visual, thank you, Gayatri. Move to the next slide. Yes, now if you're not having question, I'm having question for you. Okay. So we are having the first case at here. There is a company called Delta Logistic Limited. Okay. And it has to improve its competitive position by reducing delivery time. Okay. Through advanced warehousing system. Warehousing means wherever it can store its product and better inbound logistic. Okay. And efficient after sales services. Okay. So may I know that which one of these category of activities this company is strengthening in first question? Yes, Gayatri is saying primary activities. Yes, definitely, definitely. It is the primary activities that all the time is concerned with better inbound logistics. Okay, efficient after sales services. That's great. That's great, Bindia. That's great, Minu. Isha, that's great. Each one of you is answering correctly. Okay. So, at the second question, the competitive advantage in this case arises mainly due to, as we talk about the competitive advantage as well. Okay. So, what the company is exactly doing to have the competitive advantage? One, it is adopting the industry norms. It is performing activities more efficiently. There is diversification. There are cost cutting in support functions. Yes, we are saying that. The company is performing its activities more efficiently than competitors. So that's great. There is unanimity in the answer. So I hope you people are getting the things clear. Okay, how things are happening inside the company. Thank you. So that's the answer. Correct answer, India. Correct answer, Visual Isha. That's great. So third question in this direction is: despite strong marketing and sale efforts, it's like a different scenario now. A company fails to achieve profitability. Okay, due to inefficient operations and poor inbound logistics. Mean to say, at here, one activity is doing good and another is not doing good. Okay. So what is happening wrong over here? Okay. Weakness primarily lies in outbound logistic, support activities, value chain imbalances across activities, and excessive product. So it's again a bit technical question at here. Okay. So if you go with the questions, the company failed to achieve its profitability. Okay. Inefficient operation and poor inbound logistics. Fine. So we are saying that there is a value chain imbalance across activities. I mean, primary and secondary activity are not in sync with each other. Okay. So that's great. The answers are going great. Okay. Uh, I hope the things is clear to you. So this value chain analysis is one of the significant concept that has to be put there in clear in this concept. Okay. Fine. So with your permission, can I go to the next slide? Thank you, Gayatri. Thank you, Visual. So this is a new topic, which is about, up till now, we have done two topics, okay? First topic was product life cycle, and second topic was, good, Minu? The value chain visual. Thanks, great. Thanks, Vidya. And the third topic, that is industry environment analysis. Okay. So as we discussed on yesterday, okay, there is a difference between a company and industry. The industry is group of similar type of companies we may have. Okay, like it was pharma industry, automobile industry, IT industry, telecom industry. Okay, so whenever a company is deciding to enter into an industry, they have to see the characteristics of that industry. Like if it is a new player, like this Starlink was coming to India. Okay, they have to uh, uh, like yes, a group of similar company visually saying Starlink was coming to India, so that company have to like look deeply into the characteristics of telecom industry in India. Okay, so this is something like industry analysis that we do with the help of some Porter's 5 4C framework and some other things. So firstly, what this is all about is, okay, it help organization to understand the competitive forces, mean to say who are the people there in competition. Okay, so same thing, say like Starlink was coming to India, so they have to see what are the other companies in telecom sectors. Okay, then profit potential, obviously, in how much of time I can have my break even point. Okay, uh, fine, as it is one of the most important concerns for companies, so they have to see the profit potential, which sector they have to enter basically. Okay, so there are some alluring sector, there are some non-alluring sector. If you see like a company is planning to enter into a telecom sector, it's definitely an alluring sector for the company. And on the another hand, a company is, which sector, which industry you feel like is not that much alluring for a company? Any idea? If I ask you this question, telecom is alluring for the company, Q-commerce is alluring for the company, okay? Which sector you feel like company will face challenges having lesser potential of growth, okay? And then saturated market, and with pace of time, you feel like this technology will become obsolete. Any idea of this type of industry or company? Yes, please. Handmade products, no, it is not exactly Gayatri. Like if we see the self-help groups, they keep on producing the goods and there is a niche market for them. I'm talking about industry basically. Beverages, no, Kashish, it is going on. We see that in this industry, the products are getting obsolete with the pace of changing preferences, okay, and then the better technology in the market. Uh, Food products, no, no, Anil, they will keep on moving with the pace of time. It's just not this. We have more population, we have more food products. 4G phone is gone now. I'm talking about industry basically. It's just like telecom industry and 4G phone, Kashish. Okay, so which industry feel like is diminishing because of factors, some technological factors, some customer preferences, and it's not an alluring industry for a new player to enter into. Radios, if you happen to be in a car driving it, so FM channels are like going like anything. So if this would have been the case of radio, then we'll not be having internet radio as they've been launched a few times back. Okay. And so it is in trend, I can say. If you're not buying radio, we have, this system in our cars. Okay, Gayatri? So are you able to find out this industry? I'm talking about industry basically, okay, not product. Say like you are having 100 crores with you and you want to start a new company. But you feel like this industry is not that much attractive for me to go into with the things. Software will keep on going. You learn AI and things, requirements will be same. Every new business need companies, ERP, websites. So this will keep on going. It's basically, shall I give you the answer? Okay, it's basically the newspaper industry. Are you getting? This industry is facing turbulence nowadays. If I ask you the question, do you read the newspapers? It says our yes, only Gayatri is reading. Okay. Bindya is also going with the newspaper. But for most of the time, we see the news on our phone because all of these major newspaper, whether it is Hindu, whether it is Economic Times, whether it is Business Standards, they have mobile phone apps. Okay. And we go and we despite of opening the newspaper, we read the news on phone. Okay. Even these people in industry, newspaper industry, they're confused. They have this intra competition. I mean, if I am a manager in Times of India, okay, I'm having a competition for my mobile app. Okay. Uh, Visually saying they are important for UPSC, definitely. But with the changing preferences, of customer, okay, printing a newspaper and circulating it throughout the country is costing more to a companies than publishing news on your smartphone. Fine. So this is something like industrial analysis. Okay, my basic purpose was this, that we come to know about that which industry is more alluring for the companies and which industry is less alluring for the companies. Fine. So I hope it is clear by now. Okay. Then this analysis provide a strategic decision making insight into the companies, that what are the external factor that are influencing the performance, the positioning, okay, and the competitive pressures. So obviously, if we are planning to enter into a newspaper industry, so company will focus more upon this online and then going offline. Okay, so they have to think lot many things before going into industry. Okay, fine. So what this analysis is doing, it is enabling a company to have the industrial traits. Mean to say, what are the rival firms? What is their position? What tactics they are using to attract the customers? Telecom, automobile, pharmacy, everywhere it is happening. Okay. What is the intensity of competition? Mean to say, how many competitors are there in the market? Okay. What are the change drivers for the industry? Say, like in the newspaper, the driver is news on the phone. Okay. Then strategic understanding to operate inside the specific industry. I mean to say, while a company is entering into an industry, it need to have strategic understanding. Say like my company want to produce a new e-scooties. Okay. So before entering into this product, I need to understand the pattern, the trend of industry, that how the demand will go, who are the competition, what is the technology being used. Okay. So this analysis help. So there's again a five force framework of Porter. Okay. So this five force framework of Porter have given the five factors basically. Okay. The factors are like what is the threat of new entrants? What is the bargaining power of buyers? What is the bargaining power of suppliers? And how the rivalry among competitors go, and what are the threat of substitute products. So it is the summary of all these factors over here right now. Okay. So in the center, there exists rivalry among existing competitors in industry analysis. Okay. So as I told you people on yesterday that there is something called a market condition called oligopolistic market. Uh, with how many sellers? Any idea? Oligopoly? You remember it? The term oligopoly is a market condition which is characterized by how many sellers and how many buyers. Yes, it is visual. You're right. Few sellers, good. It's just not like the fixed number we are having, and many buyers. Okay, so this is basically an analysis of this type of market situation where there are a lot many buyers and few sellers because there are some barriers of entry for sellers to enter. Okay, so whenever there is a situation like it's a situation in banking, insurance, pharmacy, automobile, telecom. Okay, two companies are enjoying majority of telephone connection, that is Airtel and Jio. Okay, so there are just few sellers and then many buyers. While Vodafone Idea and BSNL are in the line of at third fourth number, your paint companies, airline companies, that's great. So first of all, we have to analyze what the rivalry situation among the existing competitions. Then we have to, consider the threat of new entrants. Okay, definitely, as we discussed on yesterday. Okay, this Q-commerce market was going great with Blinkit and Swiggy Insta. Then somehow Ch2 entered into the picture. Okay, and disrupted the market. DOMS entered into the picture and disrupted the stationary market. Okay, then there is something called bargaining power of buyers and bargaining power of suppliers. We will discuss them in detail. Okay, buyer mean being like a retailer or wholesaler. What is the bargaining power I'm having? Okay, so it's in term of like price sensitivity, ability to substitute. I may move to another product. Okay, and in the last there is something called substitute products. Substitutes means like despite of this, I'm using this. Say like if I talk about pen drive nowadays. Okay, so may I know the substitute of pen drive in case of substitute products? Yes, if I not have to use pen drive, what else can I use? Uh, yes. Vishaka, it is SD card is fine, but cloud computing is more in trend. Okay, so if you happen to have say like any of the apps nowadays, whether it's about Photoshop, whether it is Gmail, there is cloud computing in more intent because we're in 5G times. So we rather prefer to store our data in Google Drive rather than saving in pen drive. Okay, so we have this. If you even you listen music on Spotify or some other app, you have option to have offline storage. Okay, so you don't need any pen drive for those things. You just get connected and you'll be having the songs available to you. So it's basically cloud storage is one of the substitute. Okay, so the company had to think about these substitute products from time to time. So like this, at one point of time, this pen drive replaced all the CDs and DVDs in the market. Okay, so that is substitute. So this is basically a framework of industry analysis. Where any of the company which is entering inside an industry had to think about these factors. Okay, so we'll go in detail for each one of them. So first was like the barriers of entry. Barriers of entry is something for threat of new entrants. Okay. As we discussed, new entrants means like who is a new company which is going to enter the market. So first is capital requirement, obviously in oligopolistic market condition. Okay. So there is a high need of research and development. Okay, there is a huge capital company should have. So any of the company which is planning into entering into pharmacy sector, into automobile sector, into telecom sector, they need to have huge capital with them. So it's not something like starting a stationery shop or starting a retail shop. Okay, so we need to have huge capital. Then product differentiation. Whenever we are entering the market, what difference we are creating towards it. So like DOMS successfully entered in the market, okay, and created a strong brand identity, okay. But before adopting DOMS, we were more of things like Apsara, Natraj, okay. So this is over the time. Say like for Colgate, this was again here. They are coming with differentiation now, but at one point of time they were going with a simple Colgate brand name, okay. So with the pace of time, we need to have differentiation. So for a new player, it is also difficult until unless they have this differentiation to enter in this market. Okay. Then there is something called economies of scale, as we discussed. If we produce in bulk, our cost of production will decrease. Okay. So if we see the companies like Pepsi, like Coke, they are distributing their products throughout the country, throughout the globe. Okay. So they are basically functioning on this concept called economy of scale. Then switching cost. Sometimes I'm accustomed to a brand. Okay, so like if you are using a toothpaste and if you're using Dabur toothpaste, you will say no, the toothpaste I will use. Okay, so there is something a switching cost for new player before they enter into the market. Okay, they have to consider these factors. Fine. Okay, is it clear? Shall I go next? Thank you, Visual. Then again, there capital requirement. This is we discussed. Then there's come brand identity. Okay, brand identity means I am accustomed to the old product. Say like for the lot many times we are using the same type of shampoo, same type of soap for us, same brand. Okay, so for a new product, it is difficult for them to enter with the brand identity. Okay, then comes retaliation risk. Existing players, may like reduce their price, okay, and increase advertisement. Okay, some legal action may be taken. Okay, in the same time, say like Coca-Cola entering into the market, you would have seen every cold drink, their price was decreased by Pepsi and Coke. So this is retaliation risk. Okay, distribution access means like if we have to have bread in the breakfast. So there are two, three major brands for the breads. These brands are like, any idea? Britannia, yes. One thing here. Then English Oven, fine. Okay. Uh, yes. There are three, four major brands. Britannia is one of them. Okay. So there are things, okay. So what make only these companies, Sunfeast is there, okay, fine. So what make these companies, to have their dominance in the market? It's basically the supply chain system they are having with them. Okay, Sunfeast is here. So for any of the new player, they will not be having that type of distribution network these companies are having, which are already in the market. Okay, so this is something are something for challenges for new entrants. Okay, fine, that's great. So we are talking about automobile industry, this bad industry. We need to have huge capital requirement. Okay, fine, that's great. So this is something happening over here. Okay, so this was done with the threat of new entrants. Okay, so new entrant have to think all about these factors before entering into an industry. Okay, then there comes second factors called bargaining power of buyers. Buyers means like I'm a bulk buyer. I'm not a like wholesaler sort of person. Okay. So when these buyers purchase things in volume, okay, they negotiate with the company. Okay. Say like I told you in B2B model, Dell is having a challenge in selling its personal computers. Okay. So they find a new market in the for terms of schools, in terms of colleges, in terms of universities getting opened, and in their lab they need to have PCs. So like say any of the good school required 500 PCs at one point of time. So that school become a bulk buyer. Okay. So do you feel like that school will be having the price of PC at a lesser price, or will it go with the same price as is available to a customer in the market? Yes, definitely. I'm the owner of school. I will bargain for the lesser price because I will say that I'm buying 500 pieces at one point of time. So definitely for this bulk deal, the company have to offer some discounts out of the way, or with the proper procedure. Okay, because I'm having the bargaining power because I'm a bulk buyer. Then there come standardized products. Okay, so standards mean they are undifferentiated. Okay. I mean, people can easily switch between suppliers, increasing their bargaining power. I mean, say like there is a company called Unilever. Okay, I'm a stockist of Unilever or distributor of Unilever. Okay, then ITC came to me, or yes, Hindustan Unilever. Then PNG came to me and told me that I'll be delivering you same type of shampoos, whether it's Sunsilk or PNG, it hardly any difference. You'll be having the retailers getting them delivered to you. Okay, so when two companies are offering similar type of products, again, it's the upper hand is of the wholesaler or retailer, that they can say that if you don't reduce the price, I'll switch to that brand. Okay, and this is here the switching cost is low for them. Okay, so it hardly matter like whether I'm buying the product of Unilever or buying the product of PNG. It's they are same for me. So it is a challenge for business house, to retain their customers in this way. Okay, so it is basically bargaining power of buyers means like who are the wholesalers, who are the retailers, who are the super stockists. Okay, so there are some bargaining power with them. So whether it is a cement company, okay, so there's some real estate owners, okay, so they are making a lot of colonies for them. So they will say, okay, ACC Cement, Ambuja Cement, Ultratech Cement, Persada Cement is offering them a better cost. They will go with that company. Okay, so this is bargaining power. Got it? Is it clear? So I'm having two examples over here. One is Pantaloon, one is Zudio. So if you happen to visit their showrooms, but like the price are comparatively lesser. So these companies are able to offer the product at lesser price because of the bargaining power they are having with them. They are having huge showrooms. Okay, so whosoever will be the sellers, they have to buy in bulk from them, and it's often offering a bargaining power for them for both Pantaloon and Zudio. Okay. So I hope the concept is clear up to here. Then there comes the bargaining power of suppliers. Okay. Suppliers mean who is delivering the products. Okay. So what is the situation here? Only a handful supplier exist. Okay. And they have significant leverage over pricing and items. So like, say like, if we talk about companies like this Tata and Mahindra is coming into electric cars, they need electric batteries. So there are very few companies which are making this type of electric batteries for these cars. So there are a lot many companies which are making electric cars. Okay, so this battery making company is having an edge now. Okay, so we are saying there are few suppliers. Okay, handful of suppliers exist. Okay, so they have significant leverage over pricing and terms. I mean to say, you are making electric cars, I'll sell my battery of say like 50,000, not of 45,000. Okay, so you don't have any alternative, you don't have any more buyers to buy the battery. So definitely, as being a supplier, I'm on upper edge. Okay, so the inputs are critical or unique by me. I mean, the product I'm offering to you, say like this is semiconductor over here, okay, for smartphone manufacturer. So I know I'm the one who is providing you semiconductors. So I'm having upper edge again over here. Okay. And the switching cost is very high. I mean to say, to find a new supplier, new distributor, it takes a lot of time and a lot of cost to a buyer. So this is how the suppliers is having the bargaining power for a company or for a retailer or for a wholesaler while they're making the unique products like this. Okay, fine. Then there comes a rivalry among existing customers. Rivalry is in the form of number of competitors in the market. So if we talk about pharma company again, this Ranbaxy, Dawa, Cipla, Macleod, okay, there are not many companies. Industry growth rate means there is telecom industry where we feel like new connections will be there. There is newspaper industry. So there's a difference in the growth rate of these two industries, okay? Like how the industry will grow over the period of time. Then real estate industry, you see everywhere the buildings are getting constructed, okay? So we have to see this thing as well. Then high fixed cost drive aggressive pricing. I mean to say, uh, some type of investment that has to be made to set up a company in that industry, okay? In term of machinery, in term of say like capital requirement. So it is like the pricing has to be aggressive, mean to say in line with the existing players. Okay. Then existing barriers. So as there is entry barrier, there is existing barrier as well. Okay. So entry barriers means regulatory compliance, capital requirement. Same way, exit barriers means, say like it's an insurance company, so they can't simply quit the business because there's IRDA sitting over there and they will ask them to settle all the claims, all the things before moving. So there is something called exit barriers, okay? And the product differentiation, if the product is least differentiated, okay, then the price war is high. And if it is more differentiated, then the price war is less. Say like in case of Apple, you give the unique product to market, okay? So that's how the factors of rivalry has to be considered before moving ahead with the things. So we talk about the airlines industry over here, so there is price-based rivalry. Indigo Airlines, Jet Airways, Air India, okay, how they're going ahead with the things. So whenever we are going from say like Chennai to Calcutta or Chennai to Delhi, we will see the price of every airlines, Alaska Airlines. Okay, so whichever is offering us a lesser price, we'll definitely going with that. Okay, so it is basically the rivalry among existing customers. Okay, I hope it is clear. Then there come the threat of substitute. Okay, threat of substitute means like what can come next. Okay, so we see here the prices firms can change. Okay, alternatives are existing, and switching like if we switch the price is too high. Say like even I have pen drive with the capacity of say like 40 GB. Okay, and the Google Drive is having a limit of 15 GB. After that, I need to pay to Google to use more of the Google Drive space. So the switching cost is high basically over here in case of substitute. Okay. So it's this better value threat, mean to say the product I'm using earlier. Okay. Uh, and this new product is offering the better price performance ratio. Okay. And low switching cost and high buyer propensity to substitute. Okay. I mean, the customer is feeling like this is better price, better performing. Okay, so like in case of DOMS, it is happening. Okay, so at here I'm seeing I'm putting an example of synthetic fiber replacing the coir-based products. So like we have to buy mattresses. Okay, so we see that the synthetic fiber is coming in all the mattresses than this coir-based product. Okay, in terms of TV, people are getting more inclined towards Netflix nowadays, towards this Geo connection and all. Okay, internet TV. Okay, this is OTT exactly visual. Fine. Then having the cable connection. Okay, and for like meetings and everything, classes even we are moving towards online classes. So it's just basically the substitutes. They're entering the market and changing the picture and changing the scenario. Uh, okay, fine. So the purpose of doing all these things is basically industry attractiveness analysis. Okay, as I told you, there are things like that is of what industry is offering to us in terms of growth potential, in terms of profitability trend, in terms of competition rate intensity, and in terms of risk and uncertainty level. So say like this Starlink was coming to India in telecom industry. Okay, so they have to see the potential of growth in India. Okay, like what are the expansion opportunities, how attractive the industry is, what is the growth of industries. Okay, and how can I enhance my business with the pace of time? What is the profit margin? Okay, fine. What is the competition in the market? You find two, three major players, not many players. At one point of time, there was 10 to 15, telecom providers in our country. This was Estel and Docomo and lot many companies. Okay, then they get we find two, three, four major players only. So that is the intensity, like more number of players or less number of players. Okay, and risk and uncertainty level. So we have to assess the risk in terms of regulations, in terms of government, in terms of new technology. Okay. So obviously, a company is deciding whether to enter into this newspaper, print media industry, or to enter into automobile, pharmacy, or telecom industry. So they will be doing this analysis for them. Okay, fine. Uh, then there comes key strategic like things, positioning and firm success. So a company will perform well in a weak or unattractive industry. Okay, what make them to perform well? Their management, their operational efficiency, their brand strength, and strategic positioning. Okay. How they do it? With something called niche market. Niche market is a market within the market, basically. Okay. So how it happened basically with I'm giving an example of Millet Sama in the last year. Have you heard the name Millet Sama? Yes, it's a big name. Melissama is a, if you happen to, Google it, you will find that this company is selling lot many millets products throughout the country and then having its turnover in crores now within 2, 3 years. Okay. So this is something called is a niche market nowadays. But people are feeling like, okay, but there is a problem, blood pressure, there's a problem, sugar. So they feel like, consuming millets will get them rid of all these things. Okay. So Millet Sema came with an initiative. They are selling the recipes of millets. They are selling the millets flour and this bajra, okay, ragi and all and all. Okay. So it's like a market within market. So this is industry analysis help companies to have a key strategic insight, I mean to say where they can enter, okay, and to have the leadership in the market with unique product, unique services. So like the DOM state, Melissa did. Okay. So any question from here, please? Anybody? Okay, so if you are not having questions, definitely I'm having question here. So there is a scenario here. I hope you are ready with the things. So there is a scenario. The scenario says there is a cement manufacturing company, okay, that operate in an industry where capital investment requirement are very high. Obviously, we have to start the cement business. There are very few players in the market, okay. Uh, uh, like capital requirement is very high. Access to limestone is controlled, mean to say raw material access is controlled, and government regulations are very stringent. Mean to say you can't set up a plant that much easily over here. There are environmental concerns. Okay, so sometimes you may not get the forest clearance, even buying the land and everything over there. So it's stringent. Okay, so there are very few firms that enter in the cement industry. Okay, so the example here, the high capital requirement and regulatory restrictions mainly increase. This goes for what option? Yes, in question number one. That's great, Kashish. That's great, Kushi, Isha, Gayatri. Isha, this will be with the threat of new entrants, basically, Vera. Okay. Uh, you still have to enter in the market. So, Gayatri, the right answer will be a threat of new entrants. I mean, for new entrant, they have to consider all these factors that raw material access is limited, government regulations are very stringent, okay, and the capital requirement is very high. So, definitely the answer for this question is going to be C. That's great. Then from an industry attractiveness perspective, such entry barrier generally result in lower long-term profitability, high risk and uncertainty, higher long-term profitability, and perfect competition. This is the answer is higher risk and uncertainty. Yes, there is yeah, some confusion. Okay. See, like in option B and C, as visually saying C and Isha is saying B. So B is the right answer over here because you see that the access to raw material is very limited. Government regulations are very stringent. Okay. And the capital requirement is very high. So return on investment is to be, thought of like whether I will get my ROI or not. So at here, the risk factor is maximum. Okay. So the answer to this question will be higher risk and uncertainty. That's the right answer. And then in the third questions, I came with something called smartphones. Okay. So a smartphone manufacturer focuses competition from smartwatches as it is happening nowadays. Okay. Tablets and refurbished phones. I mean to say there are phones being, repaired and being sold again. Customers often like they often prefer to have the cheaper or functionality of similar alternatives. में तो सिर्फ ठीक है आपको स्मार्ट वॉच मिल रहा है, ओके, टैब मिल रहा है, रिफर्बिश्ड फोन मिल रहा है. So the competitive pressure is mainly because of bargaining power of suppliers, threat of substitute products, bargaining power of buyer, and threat of new entrants. So the answer is threat of substitute products. Okay, fine, fine. That's great. Uh, that's good. So this is how things are getting done. Okay, that's great. So we are done with three concepts as of now. Okay, product life cycle, value chain analysis, and this is industry analysis. So we are left with two more concepts. So up to the time, can we have a break of 15 minutes if you feel like? Thank you very much. So we will resume back. Okay. Uh, at 8:55 and go with the remaining topics, and then please be ready with the questions of your own. So as we'll be having an interactive session after 9 as well. So your questions will be greatly appreciated. So in the meantime, you can please prepare your questions as well so that the concept is crystal clear to you. You know, the basic concern of we people is to, you can have YouTube videos, you can have all other things, but you have to link the things first you're studying over here with the actual life scenario. That's where the role of a teacher came into. Okay, so if you are somehow some we are not able to link the things like how they're happening in actual society or actual world, so you please come up with your queries, come up with your questions. We are always there to answer those questions. Okay, so I hope there will be some queries, some questions. Okay, so looking forward to meet you at 8:55. Thank you, thank you. थैंक यू. 8:55 शुरू कर लेंगे हम. थैंक यू अंजी. We are here with the questions we have left. Uh, so there are some questions in between. Before moving ahead, I should address them. Gayatri is saying that in the first question, is it saying the threat of new entrants will increase instead of the threat of new entrant to existing companies? Uh, yes, Gayatri, like new entrants, threat will always be there for the existing companies. Say like it is cement companies, is telecom companies. There may be the companies which fulfill the regulatory requirement, environmental requirement, and all capital requirement and all. Okay, so this will always remain to the new existing companies. Okay, a new entrant can enter at any point of time. Say like till up till now there were like company like Pepsi and Coke, okay, having enjoying this bipolar competition for lot many years, okay. All the these carbon drinks were of these two companies. Then there come Lahori Jeera to some extent to disrupt this market, okay. It's again a new entrant. And then now this come Campa Cola with a huge like product range, okay, like these companies are having. So this new entrant threat will always be there to the existing companies despite all the regulations, all the threats in the market, okay. So I hope the concern is clear, Gayatri. Okay, then Visual is asking for this Porter's five forces model. So Visual, if we talk about Porter's five forces model, this model is nothing but is to analyze these forces in the market. Okay, these forces. Okay, while as a company or as an investor, anybody is planning to enter into an industry, whether it is telecom industry, pharma industry, or cement industry, whatsoever the industry is, okay. So before entering into that industry as a company, any of the person of that company have to think about all these parameters, like who can enter into the market after his or her entry, okay, who are the suppliers, who are the buyers, what can the substitute product in the upcoming market, how the existing companies are, competing with each other in that particular industries. So it is five forces model is basically to take into consideration all these five factors by a company while it is planning to enter into a specific industry. Okay, fine. So like if we talk about Wipro is a big name for us into a software company. Okay, so Wipro is equally there in FMCG sectors. In say like electronic sector, they have their tube lights, they have their fans. Okay. So while Wipro moving from this IT industry to into this electronic sector, they have to have this all these consideration in mind before going into this sector. Okay, fine, Visual. Is it clear? Uh, okay. So there is one more question from Visual. He's saying that there is a strict government regulation to enter into a business. Then how come there is a threat to new entrants? So like government regulations are always there. You have to start a new bank. Okay. You have to enter into cement industry. So the regulations always exist. Okay. But there are companies which fulfill all those requirements whatsoever the government is asking them to adhere with. So definitely you are meeting the requirements. You are going to Reserve Bank of India and like managing the things in a way like whatsoever the security amount need to be deposited over the year. Okay, you deposit it out and after 2 3 years you get a license to run a bank. Then the bank start. You want to start a new university. There is again a security money of say like 10 15 crores to be deposited bank, UGC approval and all and all. Okay, so you do all the things and a new private university start. Okay, so despite government regulation, strict government regulation, there are the chances, there are the things that happen. Okay, so whosoever the company is meeting those regulations, okay, do like enter into the market as a new entrant. Okay, and then Anil is saying, could you please tell us few companies exactly or group of companies as required as an example in order to interlink all these concepts today? Like you want a company to meet all these things, Anil, like which way you want to explain to Rasan? Like how you want any one company or group of companies which is meeting all these things, fine? You're saying? Please clarify your question, Anil, so that I can answer in a better way. So rivalry among us is, so say like we are talking about for the time being, okay, we are talking about telecom industry, okay. So what is a rivalry among existing competitions? Okay, so there are few players only, okay, Anil, like it's Vodafone Idea, Airtel, Jio, BSNL, okay. So it is the rivalry among existing customers, okay. Then there comes the bargaining power of suppliers. For giving these telecom services, these companies needs to install towers, okay, install devices on the towers so that their connection reach to far remote areas of the country and everywhere the signal is available, okay. So for having the access to those towers and devices, okay, they need to go to suppliers basically, okay. So if the suppliers are unique, only very few of the companies are giving us the tower services or those equipments being mounted on those towers. A tower may have the device of every company. Okay. So competitive pressure associated with the market maneuvering and the jockeying for buyers' patronage that goes among the rival seller in the industry. Uh, I mean, there is a competitive pressure at here, visual. Okay. Whenever you are going with different options, I mean, you need new sellers, new buyers. Okay. So this will always be there. I want say like I'm telecom company. I'm Airtel. I want a new tower supplier for me who is mounting tower and devices. So it's always cost me. Okay. So patronage that goes on among. Okay. So see, like, who are the sellers? Sellers is something who's giving me this telecom services. Okay. Uh, Vishaka is happening. So I hope this is clear. Like, it's as it's this. The gist of this question is, say, like you are asking visual. It just means like switching a buyer or switching a supplier in both the cases is something like a tough decision. Okay. So patronage is required. Okay. Then Vishakha is saying like newspaper industry is less lucrative nowadays. Okay. Where we don't want to invest. Okay, so some other industry you feel like where you don't want to invest. Obviously, if you see around, there are a lot many things like which are becoming outdated now. Okay, so it's better that I have the answer from audience than I'm giving the answers. So Vishakha is having a very interesting question. A very interesting question. She's saying that as the newspaper industry is less lucrative because of changing preferences time, what other type of companies are there where we would not like to invest? So may I have the answer from here, please? From you people. I'm waiting for your replies. Okay, good question, Shaka. So as of me, if you ask me, any of the company which is into say like this plywood industry nowadays, so we are more of concerned into going green, cutting less of the forests. Okay, so with the pace of time, this company may have government regulations to not having the substitute of plyboards. Okay, but like made of some other products. Okay, it's like plastic and all. Okay. So this again you have to think like where from the challenges may come and how the things will change with the pace of time. So retail industry as visually saying, okay. So we have to see like where the trend is getting less and where the threats can emerge. So any of the say like wood industry like who are into landline is already gone. So wood this wood industry is again having a challenge of say like environmental stability, this carbon credit and all. So we have to think like whether we have to enter into this industry or not. Okay. So shall I go to the next slide? Finishing topics of today. Thank you. So next is something about this is experience curve. Before moving ahead with the things, let me tell you a scenario. 3 years back, I went with my students to Hero Cycle Company. Okay, Hero Cycle Company. We visited the plant and met with general manager of the company, one of the like highest officer in the company. So he told that in say like 2022. Okay, the per day production of Hero Cycle was 24,000 cycles in 24 hours. I mean, 1,000 cycle has to be produced, irrespective of all the factors, whether it is raining, whether it is like storm, light is not there. Minimum 24,000 cycles they have to produce in 24 hours by the end of day. That is the key responsibility of that plant manager. Okay. And while we visited the same plant after 3 years in 2025, okay, this requirement of producing 24,000 cycles in 24 hours have increased to producing 30,000 cycles in 24 hours. So they were producing 6,000 more cycles in a single day in the same plant. Is it possible or is it not possible? First question. I mean, in 2022, you are producing 24,000 cycles in 24 hours. In 2025, you are producing 30,000 cycles in 24 hours. Kashish say, is this possible? May I know how it is possible for a company to produce, 6,000 more cycles in just 24 hours, okay, in a single day, in a same plant? Uh, Yes, there are varied responses like Menu feels like it's not possible, Visual say possible. So see like Bindia, first question is as being plant manager, my CEO of company or owner of company have told me that I'll not be giving you new machineries. Okay. Workers cannot be increased because the plant size is fixed. Whatsoever the working area is there, I'm not having a new plant. Okay. And already my plant is running to the fullest in 3 shifts. Okay. In morning shift, afternoon shift, and night shift of 8 hours each. Okay. So capacity is fixed. Yes. So Aman is saying if capacity is fixed, it is not possible. Uh, yes, Visual, we are increasing the efficiency. How this can be done? With the same plant size, with the same machinery. In just 3 years, you are increasing the efficiency by 125%. No, we can't reduce the quality since the competition is very tough. In the market, it's maturity phase. So you can't compromise with the things. Uh, Yes, Bindia is exactly right here. So in these 3 years, whosoever the workers are there with me, okay? So they are working for next 3 years with me. Okay. So their skills will increase. They can't be working on the same efficiency as they were working 3 years back. Are you getting it? So like yes, as they grow, they learn. So their efficiency increase. Okay. So that is what the experience curve is all about. Just a minute. Let me come to the slide here. Here. Okay. It's talking about experience curve. So as you know, in our home, whenever we are going to make chapatis, our mama will be much, much faster than making chapati than us. It's only because of the experience she's carrying for lot many years. Fine. So it's experience. So what is happening here with the experience curve? First thing that is happening, there is coming cost reduction through learning. In the same plant, with the same machinery, with the same manpower, I've enhanced the capacity, the efficiency of my, plant because of the learning. Okay. So the cost is decreasing. Fine. So we learn as we grow, as you told me. Okay. Then second is barriers of entry. So what is happening? My efficiency is more, my manpower is, more efficient. So it is making new entrants, new player tough to enter in the market because it know very well that whatsoever the cycles, Hero Cycle is producing with the quality, with the efficiency, with the unit cost, it will be difficult for them to produce. Okay. And whenever it comes about the large farms, say like it is Hero Cycle, say like Maruti Suzuki, okay, they're getting benefited with experience curve a lot because they're gaining a competitive advantage. Okay, they are gaining accumulated learning and process improvement with the pace of time, and units of scales is like more than leading to economy of scale, and ultimately leading to lesser unit cost, production cost. Fine. So this is how the experience curve have like help companies to produce more of the goods, okay, with better quality, better services at comparatively lesser unit price than the new entrants. Okay. So the purpose of experience curve at here is to let you know that how the companies with 20-25 of experience, okay, years of experience are producing better quality products at a lower price. Okay, because of these factors economy of scale, accumulated learning, process improvement, and all. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you people. This experience learning. Okay, visually saying yes. Any question from here, please? So there is a last question at here. It is about the value creation. Value creation is like how it happened basically. Value creation is there are two things basically. One is yes, it's the last slide of today. Uh, Value creation is, there are two things. One is customer satisfaction. One is customer delight. Okay. So customer delight happens when a customer gets something more than what is he is or she is expecting from a product. Okay. So like you go to a salon and they want the haircut and the hair massage, this head massage was free of cost after the haircut. So it felt like, oh, yeah, maja aa gaya. Okay, fine. So you go to a hotel and with the room rent, there is a buffet in the morning, and your dinner is like being given to you as a complimentary gift by the hotel. So it's like the customer delight. You feel like okay, I'm getting something more than what I expected. So whatsoever the company is there, okay, we say in the present time, we don't sell the product, we sell emotions. So in that way, we are creating values. I hope we have gone through this Titan watch advertisement where a son is gifting a watch to his mama. Okay. So then his mama say to him that तेरे पास time कहाँ है मेरे लिए? So you're selling basically the sentiments and emotions with a product. It's not simply the watch you're selling. You're selling the feelings with the watch. It's not simply a cycle you are selling. It's yes. You are selling the benefits of having their cycles with the product. So we have to, attach values, attach emotions with the product to our customers while we sell it to them. Okay, so it is the key formula. So whenever you will happen to have these news, also say like advertisements on like YouTube, on TV or somewhere else, you will see there is some emotional connect with the advertisement, whether it is family time, whether it is friends time, whether it is some location. So you connect yourself with those things parallelly. Okay. So value creation is basically the ability of firms, okay, to deliver its product or services, okay, that they feel like I've got something more than what I was expecting from this product. Okay. So if we talk about the formula, it is customer surplus plus the margin of firm plus a firm cost of value creation. I mean, like what the firm is doing to add that value into the product. Okay, fine. So like it was complimentary gift of having breakfast, dinner, or something like that. Okay, yeah, it was attaching emotions. There's some promotions with the things like you're buying Dabur toothpaste, 50 gram free with 100 gram of pack or 200 gram of pack. Okay, toothbrush sometimes free inside with the pack of toothpaste. Okay, so you're just creating values, like you're attaching your customers with you. Okay, so through this, what company the benefit company is having, they get the strategic importance. I mean, the product or the brand become favorite product of we people. Okay, so future benefits definitely that have to taken into consideration while we talk about the value creation. Okay, so the benefits a customer is perceiving, they are something like attaching that customer with the brand. Okay, And say like Dabur toothpaste you're using, you're getting a brush. Okay, fine. Okay, yeah, toothpaste was good enough, and I'm also getting a brush as well. Okay, so while the companies are talking about this value creation, they create the values by two means. Okay, one is cost leadership, one is differentiation. Okay, and if we talk about cost leadership, it is something like DMart. If you happen to visit DMart ever, may I know the owner of DMart who is running this DMart chain throughout the country? Like whose venture is this? DMart. Yes, it's a very famous name. And then if you happen to visit any of the DMart store, you will find the products comparatively at the price lesser than the price in another store. Yes, it's Radhakrishnan Damani. Exactly right, the visual. So USP of DMart, as we know that the stores are offering goods to us, yes, at comparatively prices cheaper than the rivals. Okay. So it's one of the thing we visit to DMart stores. Okay. So DMart has, attained value, has created value through something called, cost leadership. And while we talk about this differentiation at here, this as you see in the picture, despite of putting some like company over here, I would like to know it from you people. So all other apples are like in black and white, and one is in like red color. So it means you are different from our competitors, okay? And then you can charge like premium price for the product you are offering them, okay? So. Uh, Okay. Uh, so how companies or which companies use this differentiation strategy to be there in the market in terms of customer value creation? Any idea? Uh, yes. Avenue Supermart Limited. I want the product or companies which selling themselves. Starbucks, yes. Differentiation, that's great. Then yes. Vishaka, concern is like how differentiation is being used by the companies through the products or services to have this competitive advantage, to have this value creation. Okay, and for this differentiation, companies can even charge more for the products or services they are offering to their customers. Okay, because it's something like better than their competitors. Okay. Yes, Domino's, KFC Domino's, obviously it's differentiation known for some unique things. Okay. So that's great of you people. It is the concern about value creation. Okay. So if we talk about companies like all these, Harley Davidson, BMW, Audi, Jaguar, okay, Apple phones. So they are giving the Rolls Royce exactly. So they are giving the premium products at a premium price. So they believe in something called in this concept of differentiation for value creation to the customers. Okay. So this is how like the companies move ahead with while targeting their customers. Okay. Fine. So that's all for today session. So I would welcome your questions, your concerns up till now, whatsoever you feel like where you feel like the concept is not clear to you, or if there is any question in your mind. So there is like audio line open as well. So you can have your mic on and can ask the questions as well. So please have the questions. Yes, please.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, could you please tell me two, three companies linking all these concepts so that I can interlink all these concepts to those companies and study in a systematic way
Okay. What concepts like there is PLC first concept. Okay.
for product life cycle, for industry analysis, one company for all these concepts.
Select this as PLC over here. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So whenever we talk about PLC, okay, so companies' products are basically in different phases of PLCs. Okay. So if we say about this introduction phase, if we talk about artificial intelligence, okay, Claude has like few weeks back, they have come with Anthropic. Okay. So Anthropic is supposed to be disruption in the market, basically in the market of artificial intelligence. So this introduction of Anthropic by Claude is something in the introductory phase. Okay. So this is still like the company is using it. Okay. So like they are like doing some R&D, they are like trying to improve it, and then their acceptance in the market has still to come. Okay, and this Anthropic is not open for users like we people. Okay, it's some company who can pay some amount and can make use of Anthropic. Okay, so again, there's a question whether it will be adopted, implemented or not. But it's something in introductory phase. Okay. Then you talk about the growth phase. Obviously, here the acceptance of the product is increasing among the users. So if we talk about all these AI companies, say like this is Chat GPT, this is Grok, this is and say some other company, okay, the Microsoft company hai. So you can say that with the pace of time, they are asking for subscriptions, they are asking for payments. So people are becoming more accustomed to use these AI companies. Okay, so again, in the same industry, other companies can be entering into the growth phase. Okay, and this maturity phase is somewhere
Okay,
like
sir.
where the competition is established, market is saturated, everybody is know the product. So like we have to buy smartphones. So if it is again a new company with a smartphone with the similar features, okay, we can buy the smartphones. So we don't need much R&D to make the smartphones. We know what the protocols are, how the product is to be produced. Okay, so any of the companies smartphone market is somewhere in the maturity phase. Okay, and in the decline phase again, the
Oh,
product have become obsolete. Okay, and there is no more requirement of this product because of better technology or better services being available. Say like if we talk about PCs, okay, so any other company like Dell and HP are like mass manufacturer of personal computers. So this production is like declining. Okay, uh, yes, Excel and PowerPoint also fall in maturity phase. Everybody know to use them, how to use them. That's absolutely right, better. Is it clear up to here?
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay,
Yes,
thank
sir. Clear.
okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, and in value chain, any of the company, like I had given the example of Pidilite to you people. Okay, so they are focusing more upon Pidilite, how the product has become a first choice to the customer is because of Pidilite in value chain. Fine. And environmental analysis, obviously we have to see like what industry to enter and which industry not to enter because of this analysis. Okay, so that's great. Any other question, please? Mm-hmm. So any other query you feel like in any of the presentation you have gone through till now? Okay. So if you have one example here again in telecom industry, we can have the example of all the things over here. Okay. This satellite phone nowadays is the set of substitute products. Okay. New entrants, Starlink was entering the market. Who are the suppliers
Sir,
giving us? Anji beta. Yes,
can you
please.
tell me can you
Uh,
tell me industry environment analysis in Hindi summary?
uh, this environmental analysis इस वाले की बात कर रहे हो बेटा आप? This you are saying? इसकी बात कर रहे हो आप? Yes, please.
Hello?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
Sir, can you tell me industry environment analysis in Hindi summary?
Yes, yes, इंडस्ट्री एनवायरमेंटल ना.
हाँ.
हाँ, इसमें क्या है बेटा, लाइक एक किसी कंपनी के लिए एक बेंचमार्क होता है. ठीक है, लाइक एनी ऑफ द फाउंडर, एनी ऑफ द सी ऑफ कंपनी, उसको क्या करना है कि एक इंडस्ट्री में एंटर करना है. ओके, सो इंडस्ट्री में एंटर करने से पहले क्या होगा, उसको इंडस्ट्री को एनालाइज करना है. ठीक है, इंडस्ट्री को एनालाइज कैसे करेगा वो, जो भी लाइक आपने टेलीकॉम इंडस्ट्री में आना है, फार्मा इंडस्ट्री में आना है. ओके, सो से लाइक मेरे किसी दोस्त को फार्मा इंडस्ट्री में आना है और उसको एक फार्मा कंपनी सेटअप करनी है. ओके, सो फार्मा कंपनी सेटअप करने के लिए क्या होगा, से लाइक सबसे पहले उसको देखना है कि वहां पे मेजर प्लेयर्स कौन कौन से हैं फार्मा इंडस्ट्री में. ठीक है, ये वाला सेंटर वाला होएगा आपका राइवलरी एमंग एग्जिस्टिंग कंपटीटर्स. तो वो क्या देखेगा यहाँ पे, जैसे रैनबैक्सी है, सिप्ला है, डाबर है, मैक्लियर्स है, कुछ ऐसे 5-10 कंपनीज हैं जो मेजर प्लेयर्स हैं. ओके, देन देयर आर लॉट और भी बहुत सारी कंपनीज हैं इस तरह से कि जो मेजर प्लेयर्स हैं. ओके, तो सबसे पहले उसने देखा कि एग्जिस्टिंग सिचुएशन क्या है. फाइन, तो उसने देखा कि क्या मेरे बाद कोई और व्यक्ति भी फार्मा इंडस्ट्री में एंटर हो सकता है, वो थ्रेट ऑफ न्यू एंट्रेंट हो गया। ऑब्वियसली हो सकता है जैसे मैं एंटर हो रहा हूँ, कोई अगर और भी एंटर हो सकता है जब वो पूरी रेगुलेशंस को मीट करेगा, जो भी गवर्नमेंट की रेगुलेशंस होंगी, जो भी कंपटीशन की रेगुलेशन होंगी, जो भी कंप्लायंस रिक्वायरमेंट होंगी। ओके। फिर फिर आता है सब्स्टिट्यूट प्रोडक्ट। अब फार्मा इंडस्ट्री में आप क्या कर रहे हो, आप दवाइयां बना रहे हो। ओके। सो पैरेलली देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड योगा, पैरेलली देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड मिलेट्स, और पैरेलली क्या है, होम्योपैथी है। सो आप बेसिकली एलोपैथी के लिए दवाइयां बना रहे हो, होम्योपैथी वाला अलग से काम करेगा। ओके। तो आपके लिए क्या हो गया, वो सब्स्टिट्यूट हो गए। अब जब आपने दवाइयां बनानी है तो आपने किसी ना किसी से रॉ मटेरियल लेना है। ओके। तो वो होता है बार्गेनिंग पावर ऑफ सप्लायर्स। आपकी जो दवाइयां बन रही हैं और रॉ मटेरियल देने वाले सिर्फ 2 या 3 लोग हैं, तो जब जी चाहे आपके इनपुट के प्राइस को बढ़ा सकते हैं, रॉ मटेरियल के प्राइस को बढ़ा सकते हैं, क्योंकि इनको पता है कि आपके पास और कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है कहीं जाने की। ठीक है। तो उनको लग रहा है यार मुझे प्रॉफिट मार्जिन ज्यादा चाहिए, तो उन्होंने बढ़ा दिया। तो उनके पास बार्गेनिंग पावर है। ओके। और बायर्स क्या हो गया, अब आपकी कंपनी ने दवाइयां बनाना शुरू कर दी है। ठीक है। और मेरे पास दवाइयों को बेचने के लिए केमिस्ट हैं, जिनके पास मेरा कंपनी का रिप्रेजेंटेटिव जाता है और डॉक्टर से मिलके उन केमिस्ट के पास मेडिसिन को छोड़ के आता है बेचने के लिए। ओके। सो जो मेडिसिन बेच रहे हैं लोग, जो हॉस्पिटल के आसपास केमिस्ट होते हैं, उनका भी बार्गेनिंग पावर होता है। एक केमिस्ट है जिसके पास एक छोटी सी शॉप है। ओके। वो कम बार्गेन करेगा क्योंकि उसको लिमिटेड क्वांटिटी में प्रोडक्ट ले रहा है। एक केमिस्ट ऐसा है जिसकी 8-10 शॉप्स हैं। ठीक है। उसने वहां लोग हायर किए हुए हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली वो बल्क में ले रहा है मेरे से, तो उसके पास बार्गेनिंग पावर ज्यादा है मेरी मेडिसिन को लेने की, इन कंपैरिजन टू पर्सन जो सिर्फ एक ही दुकान रन कर रहा है। फाइन बेटा, इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
वेलकम बेटा, वेलकम। एनीबडी एल्स प्लीज? Yes, interesting question, Vidya. Like its options are confusing or close options. At here we use the elimination rule, Vidya. Elimination क्या होता है? किसे like there are options like this here. You come to here. Okay. Here. Okay. Elimination means say like this was the second question from an industry activeness perspective. Such entry barriers like what they are. Okay. So you have to eliminate the options which you feel like are not feasible first. Okay. So say like D is not feasible. Okay. C is not feasible. So you will just cut them out first. Okay. Then there is A and B. Then link the concept to the actual world scenario, and you will definitely reach at the option with there. Okay. So this is how we do with MCQs where we are a bit confused or there are close option. Okay. That's good question. Anybody else, please? And one thing I would like to suggest you, don't take this paper as something like we just have to cram the concepts. Okay. It will be better that you link the concepts. Okay. Link mean whatsoever the thing. That's why while we answer question you something, we put a scenario first. Okay. Say like as it is happening over here. So whenever you link the concept with actual world situation, so it's just you need not to cram basically. So whenever you're reading, have you ever observed like whenever we happen to have stories from our grandmama, okay, your daddy nani, okay? So we never forget those stories even after 20-15 years. Okay. So how it happened? And while we read the concepts in textbook or somewhere else, okay, and they are gone with the pace of time. So the only difference between listening story and then listening all these concepts is that in stories we link the things with the actual world. Say like हमारे दादी बोलेंगे एक राजा था, so picture of raja came into our mind. Okay. But I will say that there is a cement company, so the picture of a cement company like Ambuja, ACC, Ultratech should also came in your mind. Okay. So that visualization, yes, visualization has to be there exactly. So if it is there, so you need not to cram at all, and you can link the concept and you can simply answer the questions. So that's a key to do a paper like this, strategic management. Okay. So you should like listen videos carefully, and whenever you're listening them, you're reading text, do visualize them and do connect them with the actual world. So that will help you a lot. So anything else you would like to know from me? Any question, please? It's just the stage is open for the calls even. So please have the concerns if there is any. I know paper is a key pain area for each one of us. So If you feel like anything which I need to clarify for you people again, I'm there to help you out. So I shall presume that it is all for today. There is a concern, like I'm getting general answers while writing solutions to strategic management answers. How to be specific while writing answers, sir? Like while we are, specific is better way. You quote some examples in the answers, okay, and you precisely it can be better understood like with the help of a question. If you pose me like how to answer that questions, if you can do that, that will be better. Okay, so do let me know like how what questions you're getting the general answers. Okay, so see like there is Google Notebook LM as well. Okay, so if you happen to use it, do learn to use it, and definitely this will help you out how to frame your answers, how to frame your questions, and how you can have presentations, video notes, and this everything on this Google Notebook LM. So you might should use this Google Notebook LM as well with the pace of time. Okay, it is one of the blessing of AI we are going to have. So terminology matters definitely. Okay, so we should clear our concepts. Fine. Uh, so anything else I can help you out in today's session? Okay. So I believe that there is no more query now. Okay. So by next week, we will be meeting again on Saturday. Okay. So by that time, I expect you people to be to there with some questions, and we'll be covering remaining of the two topics. And on next Sunday, we'll be coming with the session of questions and answers. I'll be helping you out to how to solve the questions, how to answer your MCQs, and then to effectively, attempt this paper. So with this, I wish you all the very best and a great learning with the pace of time. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience, learning and being there with me for all the times. Thank you. हाँ जी, हो गया ओवर। थैंक यू अमन जी। आपको भी जी, थैंक यू।